Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the Unnamed server version 3.0. This will be part 3 of the series in which I show off some of the builds Dracoglipter and I have done on the server. And today we're going to be looking at a couple of structures, specifically my lighthouses. As you can see off to your right there. Let's go take a look. If I can turn off cinematic mode here. Do I have my boots? I do not, so I'm going to go down here very carefully and I'll meet you down at the bottom. Now, when this version of the server first began in version 1.8, it took us a bit of time to get some structures set up. That over there, the birch barn, was actually the first structure built by my wife, is also the first structure in which we had beds. You can see that in the first episode, day 1 of UNS 3.0. And I don't know, for some reason no one felt like building a shelter except my wife. So that's what she did. And then later, we moved into a little clubhouse we have over here. It's got a basic brewing station, a chanting station, things like that, beds upstairs, that sort of thing. But after that was built, I was feeling a little bit creative, so I jumped onto the server's, well, Angry Canine's creative server, I should say. And I designed this little guy over here. First I started with the lighthouse itself. I was inspired by some of the ones I'd seen pictures of down along the southern coast of the United States, where basically it's like a white concrete and then it has stripes going up. A lot of them are just basic horizontal stripes like the house over there. But one of them had like a little spiral to it, and I really liked that look. I decided to replicate it. So I started my usual octagon thing, and I just, laid down some of these unpolished diorite here. Laid that down. Then I had to jimmy around with the red clay to get just the right level of red to it. But I think it turned out well. It looks really nice. There's a nice contrast to it. From a distance, it's not quite as grainy. It does look really nice. I've got the acacia door here to match sort of the red clay there. Blend in with it. Inside here, I've got my banner, of course. Spiral staircase going up to the top. Use the acacia wood once again to have sort of that weathered wood look. Like a structure based on the shore might be. Also place torches on it so stuff wouldn't spawn every other level. Also up here, where the adjacent blocks turn white, I switched to the white glass instead of the red glass, which I have to match the red. Spiraling on upwards, we have the observation deck. And up here, it's basically just, all this is bottom slabs, so nothing will spawn up here, even without torches, which is kind of nice. Though I do have a light source, just for effect. And a little fence around the outside so no one falls to their death like I almost just did. And then for the beacon itself, let me dirt my way up here. You can see inside there. It's a bit of glowstone. I had to run into the nether to get that, obviously. But the way I laid it out, you can see that the corners of these bars here do not intersect the glowstone. I did that because it's supposed to be kind of like a bulb, and you don't want stuff touching the outside of your bulb on a regular basis. I also went with the white stained glass on the outside because it lights up really, really brightly at nighttime, which I think is really cool. And then up top I've got this bit of polished, what's that stuff called? Andesite. Bit of polished andesite, glowstone in the middle to keep it lit, keep stuff from spawning up here. And overall, I think a very nice and creative build. Hopefully, as I show you the house, it'll get dark. I can show you what it looks like at night. Pretty snazzy, I'd say. Hop down here again. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Whee! Splat. Now we do have access to the house this way, but I'll show you it from the outside first. The house was my wife's creation, Dracoglipter's. I asked her basically just to match the wood and the basic look of the outside of the lighthouse, but otherwise she had free reign to design the house any way she wanted. Again, she did it first on the creative world. It's got my my patented bay windows once again. I just really like the look of that. I don't know why. It's cool. Regular glass on the outside here. I'd have probably gone with panes, but again, she's the one that designed it. Inside here, get a bit of frame drop. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Excuse me a moment. Alright, that's a little better. Let's see. Yes, it's basically home interior. Got a little bitty kitchen here, a little cake on top of the crafting bench. A couple of furnaces for an oven. More glowstone lamp inside. This is before we had the Guardian farm that we built this. That's why we're using a lot of glowstone instead of the lanterns, which you have out there. Also a little... Oh, one of the guys was handing out roses on Valentine's Day at our little post office out there. Table, couch, nice and simple, nothing fancy. Downstairs here, since this was basically our first home on the server, we did have a storage room. This was lined with chests. We had full of all kinds of good stuff. It's empty now, so I basically just lit it up so nothing would spawn, because spawns are annoying. Every square inch of this island is lit, by the way. It's a perfectly safe place. Except there are some caves still underneath. Aside from that, perfectly safe. Over here we have the bed, more lighting. You have some bookcases, because you never know when you're going to need to sneak a book at night, because you can't sleep. Little TV over here. Well, TV the size of the couch, really. It's actually almost how it is in my real bedroom. I have a giant TV upstairs. Because I had a giant TV, I didn't know other place to put it, so I brought it upstairs. You have a little picture against the wall, which is showing the same thing as on TV. I guess we really like the Wither channel. And, of course, the... what is this? Tropical wood, jungle wood roof. Why is that birch? I don't know. That is strange. But that is the house for the lighthouse. I'm going to go out a bit of distance here and show you what this looks like at night. You can really see the contrast of the light, the beacon against the sky. Hop over here, get a better view. I really like that. I'm really proud of this design. I might copy it over to Craft Theory once I get a chance. Maybe alter it a little bit, change some of the colors up. But this is one of my personal favorites. I really like it. Let me hop over here real quick and I'll show you one of the other little things I did while I was at it. You can see this from a great distance as well. If you go out to sea in a boat, this is one of the first things you see if you come from this direction or that direction. Or that direction, obviously. Over here we have the private beach. This was walled off to prevent spawns before I lit up the entire island. So we go ahead and sneak through here. After that was built, I went through and lit this area up as well. Got a little lagoon here. I just broke the grass on. Little campfire. Nice little campfire design. Little netherrack there. Slabs all around the outside. And a beach blanket. Well, beach umbrella with blankets, I should say. One green, one purple, one for me, one for my wife. Little, private beach kind of thing. I thought it was neat. But the blanket there, how that's made... Now, normally these carpets you can't just place in the air like you see them. So if you look really closely, I got some string floating here. This you can place pretty much anywhere. You just place one against the pole, then you place one against that string, place one against that string, place one against that string. Makes a nice little grid on which you can put carpet. And then the carpet will just sort of fit up there, as an umbrella might. Neat. And of course I planted some acacia trees around as well. They're kind of like palm trees. Sort of. Maybe. But moving right along, I will show you the next lighthouse that I built. Yes, there's more than one. You've probably seen it in This Week in the Unnamed. But I'll show you what it looks like up close and personal. Let me get over there. And while we're on the maritime theme of stuff I built, I also laid out this little path here leading to the dock. I wanted to decorate this a little bit more, maybe get rid of some of these torches. I just never got around to it. It goes all the way up to the end here where we have a chest full of boats and spare wood for when we run out of boats. Crafting bench, obviously. And down here was meant to be a safe boat landing and launch. It's not very safe. If you come at it too quickly, it will brutally murder you. They'll say you fell from a great height, and off in the distance is our destination. Now for this one I went with a yellow color glass that you can see. And also went with a slightly different way of lighting it. I just wanted this to look different from that guy over there. Let me show you what that looks like at sea first so you can see the contrast. It's a little bit out of range. Let me scoot a little closer. Sort of see its outline in the distance there. There it is. Bright white beacon off in the distance. Standing tall. Preventing ships from crashing into the island. You know, all the massive ships we have floating through Minecraft. Scooting back up this way, I'll show you this guy again. This one I went with a slightly different philosophy. Instead of building it on top of the landmass, I built it right into the side of the mountain. This over here was basically just a stone island. There's a little separation between the mainland over there and the island itself. And there's also a second stone island over here. It's got a little natural bridge there. That spawned that way. That's kind of neat. Yeah, these two islands here. I asked K9 if anyone was using them, and no one had a claim, so I figured I'd make a little build right there. Sneak through here. Hopefully my book does not break. Because lag. This server mercifully does not lag very much. Unlike another server I play on. You see up there the beacon once again. Kind of the point of a lighthouse, see it from all angles. That is a zombie. Hello, Mr. Zombie. How you doing? Would you like to die today? Is that a yes? Ah! Ow. Jerk. Why you gotta hit me when I'm not wearing any pants? Die. Ow. Stinging skeletons. Here's where I originally hitched up Bert, my trusty mule, when I was bringing over crafting materials. Just built a little crafting bench. Built up a pole, hitched him to it, put a lantern on top. This was after we had the Guardian farm over there, which you'll see right up top here. Built a little path to make it easy to get to. So you're going to add a little bit more onto this as well. Wanted to go for the weathered look once again, so over here I went with spruce instead of the jungle wood that I went with over there. Also, added some vines to this side, specifically the north side. See the moon is setting over there. That's west. That's north. North side. Technically we would be on the equator, but I live in the northern hemisphere, so the north side of things tends to grow stuff because there's less sun that hits it and bakes it. So it's nice and dry over there. Damp and moist over here. Vines. Mossy brick, which you can make now, which is really cool. A few cracks here and there is meant to look aged, if you will. You see I added some of the prismarine bricks as well. Prismarine, sea lanterns here. More spruce. And once again, it's built into the side of the mountain itself. I was also going to build a little path leading across here over to the other island. I was going to build, I don't know, a hotel or something. Not really sure if I'll have time to finish that up. Things are getting a little hectic in my life right now. But if I do, I'll be sure to show you. But in here, we have the interior. There's not a lot in here just yet. Decided to go with some of the dark prismarine bricks here for a bit of contrast with the stone. I think it matches pretty well. Keeps the aquatic theme going. And basically every level that has the dark brick continues the dark brick. Double ladder in the middle. All of this is bottom slabs once again, so while it is lit up, it's not completely lit up, but still nothing can spawn here. Ladder's all the way to the bottom, so of course I have to put a couple regular blocks down there. Climbing up to the top, I'll show you how this thing is lit up, at least as much as I can show. It's kind of hard to see from the inside. Up here, got a little shelter. Little place for a man to hide from the elements. You know, it's not perfect. It's got some gaps in the bars here, but this is Minecraft. There's technically no wind. But if you wanted to roleplay that there was, because you got covers on the bed, little chest full of goodies. Well, I say goodies. It's really junk. Bookshelf, crafting bench. There's a little place to hide out. And up top here, it's kind of hard to see. I might have to climb up from the outside. I actually have like a brazier, a massive stone brick brazier. A much better maintained than the rest of the place, as you can see, because you can't make cracked slabs or steps. And in there I've got some netherrack, and you hear the fire crackling in there. I hope you can hear the fire crackling in there. I'll go ahead and climb up from the outside, and I'll show you what it looks like from out there. Like I said, this is supposed to be more of a weathered design. It's been here for a long time, allegedly. And so, I've got the yellow glass around the outside, because no one has replaced it in a very long time. You can see the flames there lighting up the entire exterior. Now, just the flames up top there do light this up pretty brightly at night, like you saw. Really cool. And then up top, we've got actually a little opening. Hop over here. Again, steps and slabs keep stuff from spawning. We've got a little opening for our smoke to escape. So if you're all the way up top here, or you got some kind of mod which gives you crazy render distance, see the particles of smoke come out the top. Neat. So that is my other lighthouse. Not sure if I'm going to be building any others anytime soon. And that's all the nautically themed builds I have on the server. So as soon as I get to the bottom here, I will sign off, as I want to do. And this has been another installment of a series in which I show off my builds on the Unnamed server version 3.0. If you enjoyed the show, hit like below, and if you'd like more like it, hit the subscribe button that you see down below in red. Be sure to check out the other Unnamed member channels in the description. And if you have some creative feedback, feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear something maybe you'd like to see me build, maybe it's something you'd like to see me show off you might have seen while I was wandering around. Perhaps the birch barn or the clubhouse. But until next time, everybody, have a nice day.